and that's when I learned. And as soon as I read it, that they call them Luciferians, that the Illuminati say they're Luciferians, I went, oh, that makes so much sense then. Why my altars have always called him Lucifer. And if they write about him in that term, this is why they're not on God's side. They will always call him Lucifer, even when they're writing about him.
Yeah.
In like their poetry and that.
So, when they're talking about sort of the heat and things, I'm thinking about whether something like the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, would that be like creating hell there or something?
What, you mean where Sodom and Gomorrah
was? When they got destroyed. Yeah.
When it got destroyed, because it got destroyed with fire. It is like that, but kind of not like that, okay? Yeah. It is, like I said, you put all the volcanoes around the world together, and then magnify, and erupting volcanoes, I mean, right? And the lava and the spewing smell and the sulphur and all that sort of stuff, and then multiply it and put that burning lava.
So it was basically what for sex and gambling, wasn't it? Sodom is for sodomy, but what's Gomorrah? Is it gambling or something? Or?
No, Gomorrah was, both of those places were very wicked places. Yeah. And they were kind of like right next to each other.
Right. So where is that, in Israel somewhere? Or was that Egypt? Or Babylon?
That was in Abraham's time, so it wasn't in Israel as you know Israel today, because Abraham at that stage hadn't reached, I'm trying to think where he was. It was on the outskirts of what was known as Canaan at that time. And I'm trying to, I mean, in my Bible I've got maps of like where the ancient things were in terms of what they are now today. I can't tell you offhand because I don't know it offhand.
My geography is not good enough to confirm or deny it.
But in my Bible that I've got, it says all those ancient things, exactly what countries and what parts they are. But it's all those countries there, what's Israel today, and what's Iraq and Iran, and all that Middle East sort of thing. Because what the Israel there is today isn't the where they originally started off at, like Abraham and them, because they went into the Promised Land, but they weren't at the Promised Land at that stage. That's the only part of my therapist that you see in the whole lot of the sessions. Is their feet.
So she controlled the video, or they had a third person doing it?
No, that was my idea.
Oh,
I just had a video set up on a tripod.
What sort of video did you have?
The guy that took, how I told you I've got a video of an autopsy, and I was telling you about my friend who took the photos? It was forensic science video.
Oh, it'd be a good quality one then.
He took it was an old one, it wasn't a new one, it was one of those old heavy...
So they video most of the...
Judy things.
The autopsies.
Autopsies. Okay, his job there was to go and take pictures of the dead bodies. Yeah. Okay, like when they came in, and also go, when they are out, like when they go out. And he also worked in the histo lab there. Okay.
So why wouldn't the pathologists take the photos themselves?
Because he was a trained photographer, my friend.
Oh.
Right.
You wouldn't think union really make that much difference, would you? Anything like that?
Yeah, but when it's used in something that is going to be used, like in a medical...
Oh, for court or something.
For court and stuff like that, they'd have to pretty well have decent photos. Did you know that? If you're doing that.